Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, I welcome you all to this interactive session that we have here today for you. My name is KVR Murthy. I'm the Joint Secretary in charge of the E-Governance Division of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. With me here today is Mr. Amardeep Singh Bhatia, the Joint Secretary in charge of the Policy Division. And our team comprises of Mr. Janeja, who is the Joint Director for the Policy Division, Mr. Gupta, who is the Joint Director for the E-Governance Division, Mr. Bhaskar, who's from Infosys and who's providing us the technical support in this whole initiative. Today we have gathered here to bring to you a new initiative which we hope and which we are sure that will ease the speed and the pace at which business is carried out in this country. The team will go through a detailed process wherein they will explain the features of this new initiative. This initiative is basically the rolling out of a form called INC 29, where we are combining the activities relating to incorporation of a company, obtaining a DIN number and a name approval all in one go, and we are hoping that this will substantially ease the speed and the pace at which business is done in this country. I would now like to hand over to Mr. Bhatia, who's the moving spirit behind this whole initiative, and then from there the rest of the team will take on. Mr. Bhatia.
Thank you, Mr. Murthy. Friends, we are going to discuss Form INC 29, as it is going to be called, which is an integrated form combining the three separate processes for application for allotment of DIN, Director Identification Number, application for name reservation, and application for incorporation of a company. Now, we've been listening to requests and demands from various quarters that the process for starting a business should be simplified, and listening to all these requests coming from various quarters, we have put in place this combined integrated process in order to for the applicant not to come to the portal again and again for incorporating a company and get this entire set of applications bundled into one form and obtain the incorporation certificate as a result of this bundled application. We hope that as a result of this initiative, it will not only cut cost but also substantially cut time for a young entrepreneur who wants to start up a business, and he can concentrate his time to other activities which are required to start a business. It has taken some effort on part of both the service provider, Mr. Infosys Limited, as well as our internal team comprising of both the policy divisions as well as the e-governance divisions of our ministry, and we are expecting that this form will be available from the first week of May to all the interested applicants. We hope that our friend professionals who are part of this webinar from all across the country and who are the facilitators at the time of incorporation of company and during the lifetime of a company will be providing the necessary support in making this form not only popular but also give us feedback, especially during the initial stages of the form, of any difficulties that they face, so that the teething problems can be addressed at the earliest, and we have a smooth rollout, and this form is there to stay with us for for a longer time to come. With that, I would like to hand over to Mr. Bhaskar from Infosys, who will make a presentation on the features of the INC 29, what are the processes involved. After that, we'll throw the house open to any questions which anyone would like to throw to the officers gathered here, officers and experts gathered here, who have been behind the design of this form. Mr. Bhaskar.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Bhaskar Subramanian from Infosys, leading the domain team. Along with me, I have my colleagues Akhil Gandhi and Ankit Jain, who are part of this integrating this incorporation form. Friends, I would like to take you through the presentation. This form basically, as you are aware, we have in the normal course DIR 3 for applying for a director identification number, INC 1 application for reservation of name, and in case if you want to incorporate a company other than OPC, you will also file INC 7, DIR 12 and INC 22. Suppose the purpose is to incorporate a company which is OPC, you will file INC 2 and DIR 12. So in this integrated incorporation form, we want to combine all this into a single form. This single form will have the features of DIR 3, INC 1, INC 2 or INC 7 as the case may be, INC 22 and DIR 12. And this integrated form will capture the entire information. That is INC 29. This is the name, that is the number that is given to the integrated form for incorporation. This form will contain all the features of whatever form numbers I have narrated to you. And in this integrated form, producer companies and new companies, others are covered. And maximum of 3 applicants for allotment of director identification number would be permissible. And please note that this integrated form will have only will allow only single name to the applicant. Resubmission and clarification of this form will be allowed twice, and personal details in relation to the director or subscriber is not required in case the director or subscriber already has a DIN. So this form excludes section 8 companies, part 1, that is chapter 21 companies from this integrated form. So with this integrated form, articles of association, memorandum of association, they could be filled, physically signed, scanned and attached to the form. In case stakeholder wants to avail any of these services independently, he can continue to do so. Let us say if you want to go for allotment of director identification number, or want to reserve your name, you can continue to do so. That is, the existing processes and existing forms will continue to exist. Okay, and in case the director has no DIN, then details would be captured and validated while upload of the e-form. And please note that upon approval of this integrated form, DIN would get generated and sent to the applicant. To take you through the distinction between the existing process and the new process, that is integrated process, I request my colleague Ankit Jain to tell you the finer distinction between these INC 29 and the existing forms. Ankit Jain, over to you.
Thanks, Bhaskar. And hi, good afternoon everyone. I am Ankit Jain, member of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, as well as a qualified chartered accountant. I would like to take you through the existing 3-step process of incorporation vis-a-vis the new integrated incorporation form, where I would like to start with the first step where we will apply for the DIN. The person who is not having DIN and wants to become the director in a company should apply for DIR 3 form, and once the form is approved, the person is gets allotted a DIN. Along with that, company is also required to file form INC 1 and apply for the reservation of a name. upon approval of the name and DIN allotment, company is required to file the form INC2 or INC7, whichever is applicable. Let's say in case of one-person company, as you are aware that we need to file form INC2 along with the form DI12 as applicable. Or in case of other than OPC, we need to apply for form INC7. Along with that, we need to file DI12 or INC22. So I just want to give a brief on the point like how it will be handled in the integrated incorporation form. Let's say the person who is not having DIN would provide the complete details in the integrated incorporation form itself. Once the form is approved and the company is incorporated, along with that a mail will be sent to the applicant with the DIN details. And along with that, if we talk about form INC1, the name would be proposed by the applicant in form integrated incorporation form only. In the integrated incorporation form, we would allow the person to apply only for a single name compared to 6 proposed names that can be applied for in form INC1. So we can say that the user should be very careful while applying for the name through the integrated incorporation form, and they need to make a proper search on the MCA portal through the service provided. Once the name is applied and the form is filed, user would be the form will be processed. Upon approval of the e-form, the company will be issued a SIN number, and along with that, if the proposed directors are also applying for the DIN will be issued separately through email, and this is how the new process will work. And if we talk about form INC22, so the compared with the existing process, the person either can intimate about the registered office address in the integrated incorporation form itself, or in case the company is just intimating about the correspondence address, so within 30 days of its incorporation, company needs to file the form INC22 that happens in the existing process also. So if at all last we talk about section 8 company or part 1 company, so likewise filing the form INC12 or URC1 form as applicable, the same is not applicable in integrated incorporation form. So this is the crux of comparison between existing and the new process. So we are thanks all. We are open for the queries.
So if I may sum up, instead of filing 5 separate forms, you will be filing only one form, thus avoiding duplication of information. You don't have to provide name in 5 different forms, address in 5 different forms. This all will be combined into one single form, INC 29. So that itself should be a great relief to the applicants. The remaining things, Sanjay and Juneja will now take care of.
So, along with INC 29, we are introducing e-form for memorandum and INC 30, and for article we are introducing INC 31. INC 31 is just replica of our schedule. INC 30 we have given the model. Over the period we will develop it as a separate form altogether. You can select all your objectives from there itself and get a printout of those forms. INC 31, the provisions for entrenchment of the article is remain there, because you have to select, if any article if you want to entrench, you can select the remaining portion and give your article wherever you want to insert the new one. If you are using the entire INC 31 as it is, the processing will be much faster, and it will give a standard format for all the companies whomsoever is opting for incorporation. So these forms will be available simultaneously along with INC 29. So user need to fill the form INC 30 and then they have to take the printout, and 31 also similarly they have to select, use the radio button, and thereafter whatever the forms are getting finalized, they have to take a printout, get it scanned along with INC 29, it will be uploaded. I will request Juneja to supplement.
Good evening. I am Manmohan Juneja, Joint Director, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. We have walked through the process of the integrated incorporation in INC 29 spread over INC 30 and INC 31. What are actually we are trying to achieve out of it? We have walked through this process. The achievement in this simpler process is that in the normal process, you first get a name approved, then wait for up to maximum 60 days, and then you apply for incorporation of companies. There were different steps in a normal process of incorporation. But in this integrated process, there is a need to take a little bit of care when you opt for this option. Let me repeat it, that this is only an option. This is not in substitution to the existing process of a normal process of incorporation. The first care is that since you will be required only to propose one name, that means you have to first very carefully search for the name available from the database. There is a facility already available on the portal to search the name from the database of already existing companies and approved names. There is already a facility to search trademark on the portal. There is a link provided, and all the rules and regulations applicable to reservation of name are also available on the portal. So you should be very careful before opting for this option that this name which I am applying will be reasonably and fairly available to me, so that the chances of rejection are almost nil. Second is, this is definitely a simpler process for startups, for first line entrepreneurs, because they want to get, there is no repetition, and they want to get a startup company incorporated in one go. We will be having a separate queue for this type of form. The third benefit is that a new person, an entrepreneur, is saved from moving through one regulation to another regulation. Everything is given in a one capsule. We are providing you a template memorandum. There will be a standard clauses already there in the memorandum. We are giving you a standard articles of association. You can opt for, by default, you will be opting for all the articles available in the template article, and there is a facility to change any, add or delete any of those articles and give your own articles. So in short, I can say that this is a simpler process for incorporation of companies. All the approvals, all no objections, all prior agreements, you should be ready before applying for this type of incorporation, and we are hopeful that by providing this simpler process, a company can be incorporated in 24 hours. Thank you. Now we are open for suggestions and
Junaid sir, we have certain questions from the viewers. These are the questions.
The question is, why would one should go for INC 29 if there are two ways of incorporation? Yes, I said, I have already tried to answer this question. We are giving you, when we are talking of simplification, simplification does not mean that the system is rigid. Simplification also means that you are giving more options to the stakeholders. There is much on the platter. Somebody who is ready with all approvals, somebody who is ready with all no objections from the parent company, somebody who is ready with everything available to him, he can get a company incorporated through a simpler process of combined process. Otherwise, if there are issues of no objection from parent company, if you want to be doubly sure that first I should get a name approved and then only I should go for a company incorporation, the normal process of incorporation is already available to you. The second question is, what are the points which make a PCS file INC 29 and not INC 1, 7 and 22? I am hopeful that all PCS, all company secretaries in practice, PCS means company secretaries in practice, it's a dynamic profession, and they are capable of understanding each and every nitty-gritties of all types of forms, and I am sure this will also be, basically, when had I been in practice, when I am before my client and I give him a platter, an option, that there is option number 1, there is option number 2. So this is a process where there will be a normally, reasonably longer time to get a company incorporated. There is a process where there is a shorter system of getting a company incorporated, choice is yours. If you are ready with all approvals, go for INC 29. If you are not ready with all approvals, go for a normal process. And then, yes.
I'll also add to that where speed is the key, where time is of the essence, opting for INC 29 for incorporating a new company from the word go is an easier process, faster process.
Let me add another thing, like fee issue is also very important. Like, in a normal process, you go for first getting a name approved for which there is a fee. Then you go for, form filing fee for INC 1, INC 7, INC 22. Here we are giving you an option of one integrated form with one fee. So this also amounts to reduction in, cost to the entrepreneurs. What is the filing fee? I said filing fee. This was the next question. Filing fee is 2,000 rupees consolidated filing fee for INC 29.
Apart from incorporation.
Apart from, of course, registration fee. Registration fee depends upon what authorized capital you are opting for. In addition to registration fee, then there is one consolidated fee for INC 29, which shall be 2,000 rupees. Now compare it with a normal process. 1,000 for name approval, and then one filing fee for INC 1, one filing fee for INC 2 in case of OPC, INC 7, INC DIR 12, and INC 22. So instead of filing 5 forms for incorporation, you are filing only one form with one consolidated fee. I repeat, the fee will be 2,000 rupees per INC 29 plus normal registration fee dependent upon the authorized capital you are opting for. Next question is, suppose name is approved. Can we get a chance to resubmit the form with fresh name? Yes. Yes, a normal process, as we said, that 2 resubmissions are allowed in case of INC 29. Our back office, that is the ROC office, shall be reviewing, processing the form in one go, and all the objections relating starting to name to anything in the form shall be conveyed by way of a system generated email to the applicant. And if there is a name issue, suppose like in this question, the name applied for is not available, then definitely all these queries which are put to the user includes a query that name is resembling with so and so name already existing. In resubmission, you can submit another name. This facility shall be available to you. Next question is, what will be the position in case of resubmission for name availability? I have already replied this question in the previous question. These 2 questions are similar. What will be the position in case of resubmission for name availability? Yes, in the resubmission you can even opt for a new name. Next question is, will PAN be generated after INC 29 is approved? If the form is filed through eBiz. Sanjay will reply to this question.
Right now we have the provisions in the form, but this facility is not enabled for INC 29. Over the period, this facility will be integrated, because we have already integrated on eBiz portal, where INC 7 having provision for giving the details for PAN, TAN and ESIC registration. Similarly, we have made provision in the INC 29 also. But right now we are not facilitated, because we have to first get it successful on our system, then we migrate to eBiz portal for filing.
Next question is, list of attachments and details need to be filed with the form. Very shortly we shall be notifying the form, and the form shall be available on our portal www.mca.gov.in. But as the name indicates, because since it is an incorporation form, all the required attachments which are there for INC 1, INC 2, INC 7 and INC 22 shall be there as part of attachments, like memorandum and articles of association, all required declarations under section 7, all proofs of the registered office, if you are saying that this will be my registered office. But definitely the number shall get reduced in case of an integrated form, because if we compare it to a normal process, certain attachments are given in INC 1 as well as in INC 7, because both 2 forms are different forms, and to make it an integrated registry you need to attach it twice. Here you will be required to attach only once, because it is an integrated form. Second, as we said, that in case all the subscribers as well as the directors are having DIN then we shall not be asking you to attach all residential and ID proofs of those persons, because on the basis of DIN we will be integrating the system. Since only one name is given, if the name is not approved, is it possible to resubmit the name? I have already replied this question. Is submission in the subscription in the MO and AA continue or simplified? The subscription to MOA and AO remains same, because that is what is the nature of MOA and AA? These are agreements. Parties are joining hands to incorporate a company. Those mandatory requirements of subscription, that is signing by the subscribers and witnessed by at least one person, shall continue. But as I see that this is a beginning, in the times to come, on the basis of suggestions we receive, we are open to suggestions and we are open to simplify the system further. What if name sought is already existing? I have already replied this question. It is same that you can resubmit the form. Will the old procedure continue? Yes. As I said, that this is an option. The old system of getting a company incorporated by separate filing of forms shall continue. This is an option. Would the NIC 29 comprise of all existing attachments? I have already replied this question. Some of the attachments shall definitely get reduced, but within in the days to come, we'll be notifying that form and it will be available on the portal. What if name applied is not acceptable by the ministry? Same question means that if the name is not available. I have already replied this question, that there shall be a facility to resubmit or change the name when you resubmit the form. In case of resubmission, what will happen to DIN allocation process or allocated process? Same system applies. Resubmission means resubmission. If there is a query with regard to DIN form, that certain attachments are not there or DIN form is defective, in the process of resubmission, you can resubmit DIN related particulars also.
Let me just add on to what Mr. Juneja is saying. Mr. Juneja has clarified that in case your name is not available or there is some problem in the name, resubmission is possible. But please keep in mind that in case of resubmission, the entire MOA and AOA will also have to change. So it is the onerous process. We are expecting that a person who is using this form will at the initial stage would have checked that the name is unique and it doesn't have any problems as far as the applicant, that is, he is concerned, the person who is applying is concerned. He applies only after ensuring that there are no problems in the name. If the resubmission process has to be followed, then it becomes very onerous and he'll have to get the MOA generated again, signed again by all the subscriber and resubmit it. So it should be an exception. All the professionals should take care that this should remain an exception, should not be a normal course of business as far as using of this form is concerned.
Next question is...
I think I will also add that the role of the professionals is very important here, that they guide the applicant very carefully and carry out all the necessary due diligence which is required to ensure that the process is completed smoothly and speedily.
The next question is, for Section 8 company, will approval of ROC will also available in this form? The answer is no. We have already clarified in the presentation that this form, for the time being, is not for Section 8 companies.
And Section 21.
Chapter
21.
And chapter? Unregistered company, URC. How many chances of resubmission clarification? We have already clarified 2. 2 chances of resubmission or clarification shall be available. Can we have name obtained through INC 1 and now file INC 29? For the time being, no. But we take it as a suggestion. We'll see if in the times to come can we integrate this process. If rejected, whether fee will be refunded. Friends, already there is a form called refund form. The same process of refund shall continue. In case the form is rejected and you subsequently get the company incorporated, the same process of refund shall continue.
I found my counter.
Next question is whether it is STP form. No, this is not an STP form. This form shall be processed at the back end by the respective registrar of companies. Next question is when DIN will be allotted, before approval or only after approval? Simultaneously. The answer is simultaneously. All approvals shall be granted after approval of this form. Simultaneously means when we approve INC 29, it means the name, the company incorporation and the DIN, all three things shall get approved simultaneously. What will happen to DIN applied if INC 29 rejected? No, as I have answered to the previous question, that approval shall be only after approval of INC 29. So there is a case, INC 29 is rejected, means all the three applications in the combined application, that is name, incorporation as well as DIN, gets rejected. The process can be started de novo again.
One thing you have to keep in mind, because due diligence is very much required in this form itself, because any of the activities, if suppose DIN is rejected, then entire form get rejected. Similarly, name is rejected, entire form is rejected. Then it is similarly applicable for incorporation also, because all these three activities we have combined into one. So due diligence is must for all the applicants who are applying through this form to take care, because whatever the trademark is available, if the company's name is matching with that, that also they have to take care. In case of director details, whatever they are taking care for submitting DIN application, they have to take care of that also. So entire process, since it is merging into one, so all the aspects you have to ensure that documents are duly compliant. As Juneja ji clearly told you, we have a separate process for that, because this form, once it is filed, the ROC is going to attend this form in a separate queue. So this form will get priority over the existing forms. So this you have to keep in mind. So carry out due diligence when you are filling this form.
The next question is whether it is applicable for private company as well as public company. Yes, this is applicable for private as well as public company. Because when we say that up to 3 directors will be taking the data, which means that a company, even a public company, can be incorporated by INC 29. What if DIN is applicable through this form as well as through DIR 3? No, you can't eat the cake and have it too. You have to have one option. You can't apply simultaneously. Either you apply DIN through INC 29 or by DIR 3 is your choice. What about if there are more than 3 directors? For the timing, we are keeping INC 29 only for directors up to 3. Whether nominee director can be appointed through this form? No. This is for a new incorporation. Nominee, if you mean nominee in the bracket, for example, government company. So that can happen. That can happen if a government company is getting incorporated through INC 29 and a director is nominee of the government, definitely this form is applicable. But in a normal process, if the intention of this question is that you are appointing a nominee in a company, so my answer in that case is, since this is a new incorporation, nominee in those cases happen only after incorporation. So in that case it cannot be, but in case at the first stage itself the director is a nominee of some other company, say parent company or a government company, that can happen. Most of the questions which we are getting are repetitions. We have broadly replied to all the concerns, I understand, raised by stakeholders, but we are open to any suggestions. We are open to any questions in future also. You can send by email to the ministry, but if we get any fresh questions, we'll wait for some more time. If there are any fresh questions, we'll definitely like to reply. If the form is rejected, whether name will be available immediately for fresh filing? No. As I already clarified, that rejection of INC 29 means there is a rejection to all the 3 applications, name, DIN as well as company incorporation. You have to start the process afresh. producer company requires 5 directors, then how is it applicable?
Two existing, up to 3
Necessary validation.
Hmm?
Necessary validations are there. Necessary validations are there.
So those validations are already there in the system. We'll take care of this. This is a good suggestion or an observation. We'll examine this issue.
Details can be given in the form. Is there a limitation of applying for the
Right now, yes.
Okay, let me make it in reply to this question
Producer companies.
that producer companies require 5 directors. Let me clarify that this limit, I repeat it, this limit of 3 directors is to simultaneously apply for director identification number. That means 3 persons can apply for director identification number in integrated form INC 29. But there can be more directors on the board of the new company in INC 29, more than 3. There is a limit of maximum 20 such data fields to be entered. Names of the 20 directors can be added in INC 29 if they already have DIN. So, just to clarify it more, let us suppose there are 20 directors in a company at the time of incorporation itself. 17 are already having DIN number, but 3 are not having DIN numbers. Then in that case, you can enter details of 17 directors who are already having DIN number, and you can simultaneously apply for DIN number for rest of the 3 directors. If the directors have already having DIN, whether I can apply? Yes, definitely. We welcome, we encourage all those cases, and in that case, there will be a much faster process of incorporation. And I personally feel that more and more such people shall be opting for INC 29, where all the proposed directors are already having director identification number. So in that case, one process is already shortened. This means you are applying only for name and incorporation. You are not applying for any director identification number. This is possible, definitely possible.
One more query has come. The commencement of business is required to be filed or not? Because right now it is required to be filed after incorporation. As per INC 21 is required within the time frame given in the Act. In future we will see if any such dispensations are there. Because right now we have a provisions in force, so this requirement will remain to continue.
Next question is, how much time will it take to approve INC 29? Friends, our objective is to incorporate companies through this combined process in a faster mode. So, one time is already shortened and saved when you are applying in a combined form. That means the time first to get a name approved and then to file a company incorporation. So, our target is to shorten that time frame. Secondly, we will be having a separate queue for INC 29. So, therefore, these forms shall be taken ahead of the other normal process of incorporation, other normal critical and non-critical forms. So, definitely there will be very, very less time to incorporate INC 29. But since it is a new platform, we would like to see our processes, and in the times to come, I hope that within 24 working hours, a company can be incorporated. But still, it is a new platform. We would like to first wait and watch before making any firm commitment on this issue.
Any more queries are there?
So it seems that we have broadly tried to reply to the questions, all types of questions related to INC 29. As I said earlier, that we are open to suggestions, we are open to more queries. Rest of the questions which we are already receiving are repetitive in nature. So we are thankful to all of you for joining us on this webinar, and we are thankful to the Institute of Company Secretaries of India for arranging this platform. Thank you very much. Me and my team, Sanjay, Mr. Bhaskar, and our joint secretaries, Mr. Bhatia, Mr. Reddy, are thankful to you for this process, and we will be meeting soon on such webinars in future also. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.